Hello, fellow shades, we're your host, Shadowway, and kinda clever. And we're back with this.
Amount of hatred I have for this fucking bandicoot.
So give me a letter.
Fucking F. F for fucking.
I gotta say, one thing, this is just a small comment. I was making the titles for the things and making the descriptions, and I realized after watching the first episode, I'm not comfortable with Bandicoot's girlfriend. I'm really not. Like, not that I don't like, not that
No!
Like, it's not because it's a humanoid animal. That's not what bothers me. What bothers me is that there was a bunch of men scientists, like, cornering this bandicoot woman. Like, it just looked, it was like, oh no, this just does not look right.
I know.
Like, this just looked like something that's just waiting for trouble.
Yeah, you know that one panel of the girl on the couch and there's like 6 dudes behind her?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly that is that what is going through your mind?
Yeah. So
Fucking,
F, let's go.
I will win this! I will win this! Alright.
There we go, F.
Fuck off, do your thing.
So
do your crazy shit.
So pick from these 3 letters, A, E, or O. Which vowel do you want?
A, E, or O. E. Always go
okay.
E.
Right.
Yeah. You
get felines. So Christopher Campbell from Cedar Crest, New Mexico, was arrested and charged with cruelty to animals for the mutilation of his house cats. According to the November 8, 2008 report of from, I guess it's a news station, KRQETV in Albuquerque? No,
Albuquerque.
Is it Kirky?
Albuquerque.
I guess, okay, yeah, it's Albuquerque, alright. That's weird. Campbell claimed the animals were actually supernatural entities that had merely taken the shape of friendly felines. These are spirits in the house!
Yeah.
Anyway,
oh my god.
Cats are forbidden to ride on public buses in Seattle if there is a dog already on board. Also, any dog weighing more than 25 pounds must pay the full adult fare.
That's completely fair.
I was gonna say, I kind of agree with that statement. It's not like
if it's taking up the size and seat of a human, it should cost the same as a human as well.
Especially on the basis that, it's not like the way the dog goes away. It still takes, the bus still has to move the weight of that dog.
Finally. Oh.
A researcher writing in January to February 2007 issue of the Australian? Australasian Science. No, I don't think so. There's no T at the end. It is Ian.
No idea.
It is Ian at the end. Australian. I guess it is Australian then. Australian Science magazine reported that the protozoan Toxoplasma gondii, whose primary host.
Oh my god, I am a legend.
Whose primary host is the domestic house cat, does more than harm does more than
Sorry.
harm the fetuses of pregnant women. The report also concluded that the toxoplasmosis could lower the IQ in men and make women more promiscuous.
Wait, what was the study?
Apparently, a researcher writing, it was in an Australian science magazine, reported that this protozoan, Toxoplasma gondrian, whose primary hosts were domestic house cats, does more than harm the fetus of pregnant women. They report that it also could lower IQ in men and make women more promiscuous.
I don't think those are connected in many ways at all.
I was gonna say, I just watched MatPat do school uniforms make you smarter or help you smarter, and it's like all the study from those like reports supporting that are more a cause, or no, he said it was he said it was one thing over the other, and it was causality over. There's a difference between
causality versus what actually coincidence and causality, basically.
Yes, yeah,
is it what actually caused it, or is it just
or is it
based
based on other,
else?
or is it from other factors? You know.
Right. Exactly.
Is it because?
Oh
of
my
this?
God! No!
Anyway, so
this is such bullshit.
the next one, the next FE we have is feuds. Two families in Kings Creek area north of Lenoir, of Lenoir, North Carolina, started a reoccurring feud after a dog killed a neighbor's cat. According to the sheriff's deputies, the family who owned the cat shot their neighbor's dog to death. When the family of the slain dog found out, they shot the cat's owner and the man's young daughter, as reported by the Time Warner's Cable's News 14. On June 20th, 2008, deputies were dispatched, and the dog owner shot at them. He was fatally wounded in the ensuing gun battle.
My gosh, what is wrong with people?
What were they? Were they the Capulets and the? Oh, I can't think of the other family. God dang it! I was trying to do big brain.
The best fucking platforming of my life. Also,
I was trying to do the biggest brain reference ever, but I can't think of it. The Capulets and the what's the other family from Romeo and Juliet? The Capulets and the Vaughns or something? I can't remember. The Von Bonhams or something? I can't remember. Anyway.
Dude, I don't remember. I fucking hated Romeo and Juliet. It was an awful writing.
Yeah.
Me and all my homies hate Shakespeare. You might have.
I know the Capulets, and for some reason the letter B is coming to mind, and the only B thing I can think of is Von or something. But that's probably from other media.
In my mind, the only B word that came to mind is...
No, Baron's not a name, that's
Baron's
a title.
a good one.
Well, no, Barons are a title of people, not a... Well, I mean, I guess it could be a family name,
right.
But I mean... It's now...
Right, no, I agree.
It is a name, it is more of a title.
When it is more... You're right.
Although I don't know, I think a Baron is like a... I can't think of what a Baron is. Like what does this title mean?
It's basically nobility.
Okay. Like a lord of some sorts?
Of some sort, I'm assuming, yeah.
And then Anyway, continuing
So where
from there.
are we going?
The next one says a 24-year-old Cedar City, Utah man was given a citation for littering. According to a September 10, 2002 article in Salt Lake Tribune, after he allegedly shaved his head and flung the hair clippings over the fence into his neighbor's yard. Oh my god.
Ew.
He literally got a
Just
citation.
Bill.
I can't believe he got a citation for littering his hair. I don't even.
Honestly, I mean,
I feel like that doesn't. I'm trying to think. Is hair biodegradable? Because the whole point of littering is that you can't. Littering is that you're littering something that isn't biodegradable, right? Like paper or bottles or cans.
Well, paper is biodegradable. That's the thing.
Oh,
it's
paper
not
is.
that you're doing something wasteful. Because it's more like loitering is just leaving clutter
not
and
loitering.
Trash.
Littering.
Littering, I know.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, loitering's a different thing. Loitering's staying somewhere.
Yeah, I was just mistaking the word.
Okay. But anyway, littering is just...
But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. As you were saying.
Loitering is, fucking around somewhere you're not supposed to be, I think.
Yeah, it's where you're staying somewhere, you're like hanging around like a store or something for some reason. I don't know. I think it's like a situation where it's like you're just kind of hanging out for hanging out sakes. Like that's really all you're doing.
In private property and you're not actually like adding anything of importance.
Or,
you're just...
I see it more often around stores, so I don't know if private property has to be the... It's like, when you're like around a store, like
that's the thing, a store is private property.
Oh, it is? I guess that is true. That is, yeah, I guess it is. I just never thought of it that way, because it's like, people go into a store, but you can't really... What? Oh. But you can't go on, like, private land, you know? Like, when you think of land, you don't think of a store, I guess.
Well, private land you can go on, it's just that you have to have express permission.
Yes,
and in a store, you do because, well, it's a store.
Yeah.
And it'd be foolhardy to not let people on your private property then.
Yeah. Alright, the next story says, 2 men from Virginia who had been employed by a moving company were detained by police for public intoxication in a Middlesex Township, Pennsylvania. What a name of a town, Middlesex.
I know, right?
Could you imagine if you had to tell your folks, it's like, oh, sorry, Ma, I was caught in middle of sex.
Fuck.
or just Middlesex. It just sounds so wrong. It's like, I'm sorry, what'd you say, son?
Yeah. Oh gosh. I am dying. That's all you need to know.
I know my jokes are murdering you. They're that good.
Shut up.
Anyway,
I know. Shut.
Pennsylvania. A motel parking lot. The Harrisonburg Patriot News reported on August 11, 2007, that the two were feuding over whether Virginia is south or north of Pennsylvania. Oh my god. I don't even know where Pennsylvania is, so I can't exactly talk like I know, but still just...
It's right next to my state. It's like I am currently about an hour away, if that, from the border. So
okay.
I live pretty close.
Alright. I will say you might want to keep your mouth shut. Continuing forward. Anyway.
I just said I live near the border. It's a huge ass border.
I guess that's true. But that still means you're that still means you're in the east of the U.S. So I mean,
dude, I don't really fucking care if people know the general area of where I live.
Okay, I'm just saying
I'm not
like
scared of people. I'm scared of talking.
But if people find you, you're gonna have to talk. It's not like they're not gonna like find you and be like, okay, be quiet for 30 minutes and just let me like hang out, you know?
Here, nah. You show up, I tell you to fuck off.
Alright guys, you guys motto. You guys gotta find where he is so he can tell you to F off.
No. I suck at this game. I can't beat the single fucking jump.
So according to a July 10, 2008 article in London's Daily Telegraph, the police in Crawley, West Sussex, were called to a supermarket to break up a fight between two grandmothers who were smashing into each other with their mobility scooters. Oh my god!
Why?
Oh my god!
Fucking, I was going for that half-off chicken. Get your greedy hands off it.
The idea of two grandmas like driving into one another with their carts just sounds so funny to me.
Alright.
So the next story says, on October 14, 2009, Poland's Polski Radio reported that a settlement had been reached in a year and a half long legal battle between two neighbors in Michael Weiss. Anyway, the feud started when two neighbors sued the other, alleging that his neighbor had ruined his plastic buckets, valued at $4.50 by kicking it. The accused neighbor offered proof of innocence by supplying the court with a video showing the plaintiff using the bucket after the alleged incident, but the neighbor countered the evidence by calling an expert witness who examined the bucket and verified that it was probably damaged. This feels like an Ace Attorney case.
Wow.
He destroyed my bucket!
It
No, I have video evidence that says otherwise. And it's like, let's get an expert that says, nah, dog, that's broke. You need some flex tape on that, bruh.
Flex tape. The tape that can fix leaks lightning fast. I should always be one of those kind of names, like Johnny Starr, filmmaker.
Yeah, that's what JonTron said. It said the same thing. Why is there always? It's never like a plain Jane name. Anyway.
Alright,
so the next story says Louis Darthy, a retired Bulgarian engineer, was embroiled in a feud with his ex-wife and their 14 children.
How are you? 14 children.
Darthy rigged 19.
What happened to your life if you have 14 children?
Dorothy rigged 19 deadly booty traps throughout his home near Charleroi, in order to hurt anybody who attempted to take ownership of the house. According to a November 11, 2002 article, In the Canada's National Post, Dorothy must have forgotten the location of one of the traps because he was killed when he accidentally set it off. So he home alone in his house so no one could take it, and then immediately walked in one of the traps. That's like some Looney Tunes level of moronic.
Yeah, it's like Daffy Duck. It's duck season.
Rabbit season.
What was that episode of that cartoon?
I don't know. But anyway.
Have you seen like any of the really old episodes of Looney Tunes?
Nah.
Shit's really fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's different. Yeah, HBO surprisingly has like all the way back to like the 30s when it comes to fucking Looney Tunes.
I just love the idea that a man who has 14 children and an ex-wife set up his house as a trap for anyone who would get hurt, and then immediately falls into one of his own traps. Like
on traps, right?
Oh man, that's
genius.
That's a new level of greatness, you know. You know that guy who like killed, who fell into his own trap. What a legend, am I right? You curse.
What? Oh, I guess the blast radius is over 3 boxes.
So,
I might be fucked with the boxes in this one.
You want me to start at the beginning, or you want me to go back to A, or do you want to go to I? F-I or F-A?
Let's go to I. Just because
alright.
I want to spite you.
So, the Los Angeles Times reported on February 24th, 2003, that a 33-year-old Luis Chavez was arrested at his Cypress, California condominium after he, for reasons unknown, deliberately set off aerial fireworks in his bedroom, resulting in $135,000 in damages. 2 years later, for reasons known, he had consumed 10 beers in rapid succession. The 38-year-old Stephen Gwen of Plainfield, Illinois, set off a 10-inch commercial fireworks shell
in living. God! Oh my God!
Alright.
Sorry, I just got fucking wrecked.
A 38-year-old Stephen Glenn of Plainfield, Illinois, sets off a 10-inch commercial fireworks shell in the living room of his of a house he was renting.
Why would he? Why?
Because he drank 10 beers in rapid succession.
That's no.
And in the quotations, I guess this is what the Plainfield Fire Chief Johns of Eckelberg said, I guess, the whole house is pretty much from the concussion of the explosion and the fire of the smoke. Wait, hold on, I totally misread this. The whole house was pretty much from the concussion of the explosion and the fire and the smoke totaled, said the Plainfield Fire Chief John.
The entire house was totaled. Basically, what it means is the insurance wasn't able to recover what was left of his house.
Oh, okay.
It was totaled. He had to get a new house.
I see. So, and it continues to say that according to a May 3rd, 2005 report on the WMAQ TV, Chicago Glenn was treated and released, but his girlfriend Shauna Adams requires hospitalization. Oh my God. Wow. Man.
Oh my.
So that was idiocy.
Yeah.
Gosh. The idea.
Oh my god.
That
This
was
isn't
that was definitely a miss. That was definitely a missed call on his part.
Yes. Nope. 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 Nope.
Anyway, continuing
Alright.
from there, there's one more story. As reported in May 8, 2007, an edition of the Chicago Tribune, in a cliche come to life, a 29-year-old man from Downers Grove, Illinois, decided to set off some fireworks in his yard, although it wasn't anywhere near the 4th of July. When one of the rocket tubes didn't go off, he picked it up and looked into one end to see what was wrong. Needless to say, he went out with a bang.
Died. Yeah. Fucking. What kind of idiot?
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Alright. I got this, man. I can entertain. Totally. Hey, guys. Wanna... Sweet. Alright. I had it covered the entire time. Don't worry about it.
FL or FA?
Let's go A.
Alright.
Down.
It is... family. An Oregon, Wisconsin man was arrested according to a February 13, 2009 article in the Wisconsin State Journal after his 9-year-old son's teacher turned over to the principal a story written by the young boy in which he tells about the time his father shot him in the buttocks with a BB gun because he was standing in front of the television. You gotta love abuse, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. Fucking.
Sorry, get out of the way of the TV!
You'll be mine. Yeah, get out of the way.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me think of Dio. Just because of his origin story.
Yeah. Fucking. He was a cool character.
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
And there's apparently a stupid certified quote under it saying, "No person shall knowingly keep or harbor at his house or her house within the city any woman of ill repute, lewd character, or a common prostitute, other than a wife, mother, or sister."
As long as your wife is a prostitute, it's fine. As long as it's your wife, it's fine?
No, it's fine.
Odd.
No, it said if it was the
Oh my
wife,
God.
mother, or sister. That's the only time it's fine to keep that kind of a woman in your house.
Oh.
If it's a mother, sister, or wife.
Odd, but okay. Alright, no, please. I don't want this candy, sir. This is butterscotch. I wanted M&Ms and you know it.
So, the father of a 19-year-old was arrested in Baltimore, according to a February 24, 2009 Associated Press article, because his son refused to remove his hat during church service. The father was arrested because his son refused to remove his hat during church service? What the hell? Like, what is that even?
No!
That makes no sense.
Not
Man,
really.
your son
Think about it.
didn't remove his hat during the service, so we gotta arrest you. You know the drill. Like, I already think the church is kind of weird, but like, the idea that someone could get arrested for their son not taking off their hat, that just,
Right. I think in Georgia, it's either a law to make a funny face in church, or it's Georgia in which it's illegal to put ice cream in your back fucking pocket on a Sunday afternoon.
Yep, I remember that.
Right. That's Georgia, right?
Yeah, I think you told me that.
I need my fucking.
I can't remember if.
I need my fucking fan.
I was gonna say, you know what time it is. Actually, though.
Is it? Oh god.
Here, you can have one more run.
Fucking
Go with it. Go with one more run and see if you can do it. If you die, we'll end the video. But anyway, going back to this, television station KVVU TV in Las Vegas reported on January 1st, 2009 that Robert Blue has been arrested and charged with chaining his 15-year-old daughter to her bed at night to keep her from eating. Blue explained his actions to the police by stating that he wanted his daughter, who weighed 165 pounds, to lose 20 pounds, which would put her at the ideal fighting weight for mixed martial arts. Oh, you gotta stop, bruh.
Fucking, of course.
So you didn't catch that story just now. The fact that a father chained his daughter to her bed. No, to her bed.
Fucking.
So she would lose 20 pounds. To stop her from eating, insane. So she would lose 20 pounds because it's the ideal fit for martial arts.
That's absolutely insane. And ridiculous.
Officer, what's the problem? I'm just trying to help my daughter lose weight.
You wanna know something about my father that was fucked up? There was actually a time where he actually did lock me outside in the fucking rain. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I actually went through, and that was a fucking nightmare.
You gotta hold up. You can't go forward.
Oh yeah, shit. That's right. I can't.
Pause the video. Or the game. Sorry.
I am.
We'll see you next time, folks.
I am.